before I forget, before I introduce him, I just want to let people know we are live streaming on Facebook right now. So all you have to do is go to my Facebook page, which is my personal Facebook page, Sam Liebowitz in New York City. And you should see the video, and you should see our live stream right now. I know we have a few viewers out there. That's great. And also just to let you know, if you type in your comments on the Facebook live stream, I'll be able to see them, and I'll relay your questions to my guest and myself. Yeah, and actually, for those watching on the live stream, you're going to see a lot of me today because, unfortunately, my guest is on the phone, not in studio. So it's my pleasure to welcome Joel Boggess. Joel is known as the go-to guy for clarity, confidence, and direction. As a syndicated radio host, yes, a fellow radio talk show host, a best-selling author, and success coach, Joel teaches people how to relaunch their lives and start over with confidence. His latest book is Finding Your Voice, and it hit the #1 spot on Amazon in the success, happiness, and self-esteem categories. His podcast, Relaunch, was named by Podcasters Paradise as Best Overall Podcast for 2014 and Most Inspirational Podcast for 2014 and 2015. And he has recently passed the 1 million listener mark. Congratulations, Joel.
Hey, thanks, Sam. This is going to be fun. I've been looking forward to this.
Oh, me too. I really was so looking forward to this show because it's just so great to meet a fellow, radio show host who's into helping empower people and helping people to live, a more fulfilling life. And so, I'm really excited. I'm looking forward to having a lot of fun today.
Yeah, me as well. Sam, thanks for the invitation.
Oh, my pleasure. My pleasure. So let's start off giving our audience a little bit of a background. So I'm just curious. Well, maybe not when you were a little kid, but when you were in high school, did you think oh man, I want to be a radio talk show host or something?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, thanks for asking me, Sam, and thank you again for having me on. What a wonderful invitation. Congratulations, by the way, Sam, on what you have done so far with the show. It's a great resource, and to make it available live on Facebook, it's just a perfect fit. So congratulations on your show.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. I spent, a big chunk of the 90s. It's been 25 years. And I spent a big chunk behind the microphone in traditional radio and also in front of the camera on television, kind of honing and perfecting, probably not perfecting, but honing and practicing. How about that?
Okay.
The skills and the abilities that I would then kind of tap into as we stepped into the 21st century, and then podcasting started to kind of peek its face over the horizon. And when that was happening, I knew that I just needed to be in the industry, in the broadcasting industry, because as you've probably figured out by now, broadcasting is something that gets into your blood and it runs pretty deep. And that was the situation for me. So in high school, maybe not so much, but early 20s.
Okay.
That bug had burrowed under my skin, and it was there to stay.
So I'm just curious, do you remember your very first show, the first time you were on air?
Gosh, in traditional radio or in podcasting?
In traditional radio.
Yeah, I do. As a matter of fact. I was working as a disc jockey, and I was playing oldies radio. At the time, were 40s, 50s, and 60s.
Right.
But I remember, I'll tell you the quick story. I really understood that I wanted to get into radio, but I didn't have any radio experience, and I definitely didn't know anybody in the radio business. But I knew this one person, and I kind of got to know her a little bit. I don't even think we were friends, but I kind of almost knew her. And she said, "Hey, Joel, so-and-so is getting ready to quit. You want to be in radio? Why don't you come in and apply for their job?" And I was like, "Sure." I didn't know any better, Sam.
That's a good thing. That was a good thing you didn't know any better.
People to do on this program. So I thought, well, shoot, why not? you know what, the universe and God and some friendly favor will probably bring that in my direction. So Monday morning, I went in to apply for this job, and they gave me a bunch of 3x5 index cards. And they said, okay, go into this sound booth recording room, and just record some of these little announcements. Zero training whatsoever, using reel-to-reel tape recorders, which is what they used at the time in the biz. And I just kind of, read what they gave me. Probably took about 2 to 4 minutes. And then in a very unceremonious way, Sam, I kind of left the cards on the table and walked out the front door, walked to my car, and drove away. And I thought, well, that was fun. And all week went by, not a peep, not a word. And then Friday afternoon, phone rang, and it was one of the folks from the radio station, and he said, "Do you want to come to work tonight?" And I was jumping, leaping out of my chair. Absolutely, I wanted to come work. So I went to show, and I showed up a few minutes before midnight, where the training would start right there at midnight, Saturday morning, where the listenership is low, so I could kind of build my roots, or grow my roots, rather. That's where it started.
Wow, cool. Okay, it's time for us to take our first commercial break. I want you to hold on. When we come back, I want to find out also a little bit of how you decided to become a coach and an author, and then we'll talk about your transition over from the world of broadcast to the world of podcasting, okay?
Looking forward.
Sounds great. Everybody, please stay tuned. You're listening to the Conscious Consultant Hour, Awakening Humanity. My guest this hour is Joel Boggess, and we will be right back.